Hello and thank you for joining me today for day 21 of Creep on June, hosted by Tracie Fox. I made myself a cup of tea and I thought, I was about to do filming, so I thought, you can have my tea with me. And I thought I could use The Raven Nevermore coaster. So there we go. That is art by Linda Ravenscroft, who lives in Glastonbury. And I like going to her shop and seeing all the things that she makes. Anyway, enough about me and my tea. So before we get into today's story, it is game time. Once again, I cannot keep this flat because I didn't really think it through when I was making all my things. But today's game is the Nevermore Cipher Decoder Wheel. So we've got this here, which is the, series of cryptic messages cloaked in cipher. Only those clever enough to unlock the hidden words can uncover the final secret. Use your decoder ring to reveal each hidden phrase. And then you just turn this around and you can figure out what this is supposed to say. Let's see if I can do it. No, I was going to say, is it once upon a midnight star? Never mind. Yeah, so like I mentioned at the start of this whole series, this journal was created by Alice, and she then regaled her children and her grandchildren with stories of Poe and his visit to England, and they were so enthralled that they made up games about him and put them into this journal. So that is today's game. Now moving on to today's story. I might have to move this tea actually because I think I can. No, we're okay. Move it out of the way. Sorry. This is ridiculous. I need like something like the biggest like bulldog clip in the world to hold back all of this business. I'm just gonna let it fall so you can look at that. So day 21. By a route obscure and lonely, haunted by ill angels only, where an eidolon named Night on a black throne reigns upright. And today is a break from the Raven and we are back in dreamland. So Edgar awakes and he gets ready to venture back to the forest. He hasn't been there for a while and feels like he's had quite a lot of human interaction in these past few days, so he needs to have some time on his own in nature to recharge. He sees Alice on the landing. "Oh, Edgar, what beautiful flowers you left for us. Father and I were just so delighted with them. It's really brightened up our house. And the words in the card were absolutely beautiful. I think my father even had a tear in his eye when he read it. Just a small token of my gratitude for all you've done for me and to help brighten your days slightly," he replied with a smile. Edgar heads out and walks the familiar route to the forest. A route that he walks alone, slightly obscure once he gets out into the forest, as he knows not many people head this deep into the woods. It's lonely, but he welcomes the solitude. As he heads to where the old royal family had lived in the forest, he continues on past the house he found and sees more of the structures that they must have recovered from the castle. He sits up against one, and although autumn is really setting in, it's been dry for a few days, and it's actually not that cold. So he soon falls asleep, falling into a dreamland. He dreams about a phantom, an eidolon, and it's all in black, and its name is Night. It sits on a black throne and watches over his land called Dreamland. He awakes, and he's not sure how long he's been there, but it must have been hours as dusk has taken hold. He left home in the morning, so he must have really needed this time in amongst the trees to rest. He headed home, risked walking along the shore despite the tide creeping onto the land. He really didn't want his thoughts and memories of his dreams to be disrupted by friendly faces and conversation. He wanted to keep them fresh in his mind, inspired and ready to put ink to paper. He got home, no one to be seen, his tray of supper in his room as usual, and a vase of freshly picked autumnal wildflowers. How sweet, thinks Edgar as he tucks into his bread and jam, tea and whiskey. He oils up his typewriter and writes about the details from his own dream earlier in the forest. When Jupiter arrives, he regales him with the tale of Eidolon and the vast land of dreamland. So I hope you enjoyed today's chapter. And this is what I have made. Not this, this is the page. So we've got a pocket here. It's just a small flappy page. A pocket here with the quote here, and I've just put the word enshrouded. I've released the crafting word, number 21 there, and then I've just popped some kind of autumnal mushrooms and colours behind it. And then I've just put the word night there, because then night, the Eidolon named Night. And then just kind of in the background, I've just put these trees to signify the forest. And this is the structure that you came upon in the woods. It's kind of like a little fountain. Look. And then it's got all the trees around it. I've put some of that packaging there, some more bits and pieces behind. And then we've got, this is the phantom Eidolon named Night. And I've made, I kind of took, so this was like two things and I stuck them together and made one giant fold out tag, and I wrote out almost all of Dreamland. I couldn't quite fit it all in, but I did it in green for the trees. Got a rub on of some typewriter oil there. And did it in kind of scroll again. And on this side, so we've got that, we've got the thing, we've got, it says Dreamland, and this is a quote: every moment of the night forever changing places, and they put out the starlight with the breath from their pale faces. And that is a release of crafting words, and that is from Fairyland. But I feel like Fairyland isn't a million miles away from our Dreamland here. So that is what we've got today, and then that just folds in like that. Pops back. So hope you enjoyed that. I will be back again tomorrow for day 22, which I'll probably put on this page here. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of 2 days. And thank you again for all my new subscribers and all my returning subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm so overwhelmed with the support that I've had throughout this month, so thank you. I will be back again tomorrow, like I say. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.